So we wanted to take you guys through AST suspension as a brand. What is the history of the brand? What is the foundation of the company? And it kind of all starts with Pete Kreeft.
Exactly, yeah. Pete Kreeft is the founder. Before he founded AST, he worked at Coney Motorsport for 15 years, where he traveled the world. He worked with Fittipaldi at the Indy 500. He worked with Niki Lauda at the Formula One team, and he did only suspension around the world. Every weekend he was at the racetrack, always serving the teams, make sure that the suspension was great. And then after 15 years, he decided to move on and get his own brand, or at least to create his own dampers with the quality that he wanted. But he had a little bit of an issue because he was a technician and he was an engineer, but he wasn't the guy that can actually machine the parts. And that's where Peter Smits came in, because Peter Smits had a huge machine factory here in Valkenswaard, where we still are, and he was specialized in machining, materials. He had all the knowledge to make the damper, but he didn't have the actual damper knowledge that Pete Kreeft had. And Pete Kreeft and Peter Smits together was the perfect combination to found the brand AST Suspension. So let's start on the inside of the damper. The complexity of all these parts is so extreme that the machine factory had the ability to make them. So Pete's ideas came to life because he was able to make all the internals. The internals are anodized, they're all coated to make sure that the internal damper stays the same after usage. So the shock oil that we use is from Shell. It's an aviation oil that is very good in extreme high temperatures, but also low temperatures, which means that it doesn't matter where you are in the world, the damper should function the same if it's in extreme cold or extreme hot.
So the combination internally with the intricate design parts, the coatings and the anodizings that are used with the Shell aviation fluid means that the dampers can last a long time without rebuilding.
Yep.
They can also be beat to death, they can be heated up, they can be cooled, they could race on an endurance track and not become worn down. Every part is the highest quality available, from the hard anodization to the baths that are used at the anodizer to the Shell aviation fluid. The quality that goes into every component is really a testament to Pete about what he wanted moving forward with the brand and the continuous improvement of AST.
Yeah, that's still something that we still do. We continually try to improve our product.
Yeah, and there's also some of the components that are made that are specific to AST. I think you guys have a special
100%. Yeah.
There also is some other special bushings that are used in the inverted dampers, so you might get into those.
Let me grab a shock here. So the inverted system from AST is supported by a low friction bearing that is in here, so the damper goes in and out. That's already unique because there are not a lot of companies that make that. The thread on the outside of the damper is a trapezium thread that is hand machined, so there are no sharp edges. So whenever you clamp this adjustment collar, it will never seize. So if you use this in salt, water, doesn't matter, it would never seize.
So the trapezium thread that Koen mentioned was designed in-house for AST, and it's because Pete found a lot of dampers with all of the collars seized from all over the world, or seized because people were tightening and flattening the thread. It gets back to the quality of Pete and all the design processes that he had.
So after a few years of AST suspension, Pete designed an inverted system, and I'm actually holding the outer case of the 5100, so we're going to put this together. The 5100 is one of the three series that we do. We do a 5100, a 5200, and a 5300. I'm going to explain a little bit about the 5100. It's rebound adjustable on the bottom because it's an inverted system. This is also for the two-way and the three-way. So the 5100 is also available in different options. It will always be 5100, but you can order it with top mounts, so camber adjustable, or you can order it for the OEM top mounts, which means it has a formed spring that goes from the 61ID platform up to the original top mount.
In addition to the 5100, we also offer a 5200 and a 5300. And the 5200 means it's a two-way adjustable damper with an external reservoir. So it has the rebound adjustment that Koen mentioned, which will be on the bottom on an inverted system and on the top on a non-inverted system. But it also has a canister with an adjustment knob for independent compression adjustment. The 5300 series is the same similar setup, except there is now independent high and low speed adjustment, which is on the canister, which are both the knobs that you see here. Throughout all the past years of AST, all of the kits are always continuously improved. And I have one of those examples in front of me. This is a Subaru kit, which was originally designed with a totally flat top mount, which actually reduced the stroke. And one of the things on the designs the engineers go through is maximizing the stroke on the dampers. So one of the design philosophies that we did is we raised the top mount 25 millimeters so you don't actually cut the stroke, and it actually adds travel, which improves performance on the Subaru BRZ and the STI. Since we're still in the same machine factory as we were in the beginning of AST, AST, we've been continuously improving the machines, our workforce. We have a lot more people. There's a special production cell for AST for some of the welding and some of the construction processes that need to go on. With that, we've been able to fine-tune our products and quality. We've also been able to focus on some new lines like air jacks and also our spring line of lowering springs and adjustable lowering spring kits.
Correct. Yeah. We've been designing a lot of new applications for the lowering springs, but also for the ALS kit. So the ALS kit is an adjustable lowering spring kit that you can mount on top of your OEM damper and then make it into an adjustable damper. It's a very, very popular product that we do recently.
Especially because of all the new cars having electronic dampers, not everyone is ready to move into a full competition damper. So this is a great middle ground between a lowering spring and a damper.
And what we're trying to achieve as well is try to make the adjustable top mounts to go onto the original dampers that makes your original damper even in camber adjustable.
Cool thing is now we have a product really for everyone, because a lowering spring can be a $200-300 product all the way up to a multi-$1,000 three-way for competition driving.
So over the past few years, we've developed thousands of lowering spring kits for different cars all around the world.
In addition to the lowering springs, we have hundreds of available applications for our dampers. From 5100 to 5300, we have European, American, and JDM applications, so check your local dealer for all that's available.
So all the components you've seen in this video are either made in-house or locally, and the dampers are hand-built here in-house, exactly how Piet Kreeft originally founded AST.
For any questions on any of the AST dampers, please contact your local dealer or email us at info@ast-suspension.com.